So this is one of the best setups I give this week from Monday to Tuesday. I think this setup was given on Wednesday. Okay, why am I calling it best? Because this setup was intended for 1,700 pips of a setup for take profit. Okay, and we risked 160 pips, so it's actually a 10R setup. Okay, so of course the setup delivered full take profit exactly, and also respected this my buy zone. So give me 3 minutes of your time and I'm gonna explain to you how I got this setup so easily. Okay, first things first, I shared the setup in the community. You can see the screenshot. When I shared this setup, I think gold was somewhere here. Okay, it was somewhere here. It was just dancing up and down and giving all this weak. So I already know that after all this week that gold has been given, this is one. I think gold was sideways throughout that week. This was one, this was two, and this was three. And of course I gave the setup around here, so already another 4 week again, which means all these weeks now are all liquidity. You can see all this week are liquidity. This 1 2 3 4 all are liquidity. So there is no any liquidity above here that gold needs to go and sweep. So I expected gold to already sweep the whole liquidity, but that was not how I got the setup. This is on 15 minutes time frame because lower time frames are used for entry. I got the setup on 1 hour time frame. Okay, already I know that there is liquidity on 15 minutes, but I got it on 1 hour time frame. So this is the setup right here on 1 hour time frame. Good, you can see 1 hour time frame, gold was somewhere here, and I saw this massive drop down, this massive bearish candlestick here. And what do we have here? We have a big supply zone for that. So I expected gold to reverse back into that supply zone, which was where exactly my setup is, my entry was expected to reverse back into the supply zone and then supply all the way down. Why did I expect it to go all the way down? You can see by the left here, all this zone is a very clean range for gold to respect. A very clean range. You can see just candle, bullish candlestick. There is no any support holding it. I think only this one is the support that is holding it. So I expected gold to sweep all the way down to this. Then how I got my entry after seeing this, how I got this exact point, although there is a resistance here and then a supply zone here to respect, I switched to 15 minutes time frame. That was how I got my entry model. So 15 minutes time frame, this is it. I drew this rectangle here, okay, on 15 minutes time frame. Look at it. This is a resistance, this is a resistance, this is a support becomes resistance, this is also a resistance. So these two things, 1 2 3 things in 15 minutes time frame, and also 1 2 3 4 liquidity. So I have like plenty reasons to sell gold there. So that's where I took my entry. I made sell there, and then on 1 hour time frame on the supply zone, you see that this is the higher high of that supply zone. So I put my stop loss exactly on the top of this candlestick on where the market started falling and took my entry there. So of course we got this setup and it kept riding. This was where I took some profit, but then the full setup, the full take profit was exactly here. So you can see after it respected this trend line, it came back and took full take profit there. And also I dropped this buy zone, but why this buy zone failed is because I expected gold to respect this demand zone here, okay, after taking all this liquidity to start buying. That's where I put my buy zone, but then gold had other intention. It took me out on that buy zone on the setup and respected this support that we have here. You can see this support that is here, respected that support and continue buying. Of course my buy zone was very valid because it still came back into that supply zone and kept buying. I held some trade, and look at where gold went all the way. You can see the profit I took on that trade. I'm still holding some, and that's how we ended our week. Okay, this was Wednesday, this was Friday also, and there was another setup I gave on Friday, again a sell setup that delivered I think 300 pips before the market closed. So that's how we ended the week. Don't forget to click the link in my bio, subscribe to my channel, where I usually drop analysis of all the setup I take for the week. Sometimes few of the best setups I take for the week, I do analyze there and drop. Subscribe to my YouTube channel because I do come live every day to give you setups like this to trade. Okay, setups like this to trade, I do come live every day. Anyway, you're seeing this video, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, follow my accounts and you will never regret it. See you soon. Bye.